which I won, by the way. You know, find that out. Almost 74 million votes. We had Big Pharma against us. We had the media against us. We had Big Tech against us. We had a lot of dishonesty against us. But Big Pharma alone ran millions and millions of dollars in ads. In fact, I looked at it and I said, who is it? I've never seen anything quite like that, because I told them I'm going to have to do this. You know, I was put here to do a job. And Pfizer and others were way ahead on vaccines. You wouldn't have a vaccine if it weren't for me for another 4 years, because FDA would have never been able to do what they did, what I forced them to do. And Pfizer and others even decided to not assess the results of their vaccine. In other words, not come out with a vaccine until just after the election. That's because of what I did with favored nations and these other elements, instead of their original plan to assess the data in October. So they were going to come out in October, but they decided to delay it because of what I'm doing, which is fine with me, because frankly, this is just a very big thing. A very big thing. What I'm doing here, I don't know if anyone's going to appreciate it. These people can't even believe it.
Who's these people?
I'm just wondering, as you know, I want to thank my aunt in the Philippines for telling me I should be the ambassador to the Philippines. It's really sweet. It's quite an honor. As far as Big Pharma addressing Trump, yeah, he might not be aware of the $4.6 billion industry that is currently drugging Americans. And these trained marriage and family therapists and psychiatrists are diagnosing many people of African descent or Asian descent with depression or symptoms of bipolar if they believe in any type of religious congregational systems. And it presents harm to especially children of immigrants from the Philippines. It presents harm to children of parents with African descent. And it's a big problem for first-generational Americans. My parents were born in the Philippines, and when President Trump talks about Big Pharma and their skyrocketing prices for Americans, there's a good point there, and they are charging Americans outrageous rates. It's a concern for not just Americans, but for global international people who may not even know what depression is or bipolar is or any of these disorders that are in the DSM Diagnostical Statistical Manual. In 1937, the Germans, Nazi Germany, invented many of these diagnoses. And when I had contacted some of my cousins in the Philippines, they had no idea what is bipolar, what is depression, what is schizophrenia. These are words that were made up by the Nazis in 1937. So I'm broadcasting from Orange County, California, USA. And for my cousins in the Philippines who are seeing this broadcast, once again, this is Michelle Montero reporting live for Montero Inc. International News. To the Philippines ambassador, thank you for listening, and I appreciate your time. God bless.